Hey everybody, in this video we're going to be talking about zippers. We're actually going to be showing you how to do a new zipper install. Traditionally, zipper installs in leatherwork, hand-sewn leatherwork, are kind of done like this. You have either two pieces of leather or one with a slot cut into it. You stick the zipper in, you sew it around, and it looks like this. Nice, easily accessible zipper. However, what I don't like about this is that over time, if you use a zipper a lot, you're okay. But if you don't really use it a ton, it can kind of get dusty and sandy, or if you go to the beach with it, something happens. You have to clean it a little bit more than I would like. So I came up with this kind of simple alternative install. This is a chest pack design that it's kind of new to me. I just finished it, and I'm making a few. And this, on the back of the chest pack, I did a hidden zipper design. So it's not fully hidden, obviously, but it's basically most of the teeth are protected so that dust and grime and dirt aren't going to touch them. But you have access points on either end for the pull to sit nicely and flush to the bag itself. And when you open it, you can use the flap to get in. So it's a little easier to access as well for you wearing the bag. In this video, we're going to install this hidden zipper on this back panel for another chest pack that I'm making. I have two going right now. This one is full shell cordovan. This is the UV purple. It's from Mercato in Italy, which is a great alternative to Horween. And this actually, believe it or not, is also shell cordovan. It's just totally unglazed and undyed. This one's going to be for me. I've wanted a chest pack for a long time. It's one of the reasons that I designed this piece, but I figured it'd be good to show you how to do this style of zipper install because it's a little bit fresh and unique, and you can do it at home. It's a nice one to do. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the materials you're going to need for a zipper install. The first thing, of course, is you're going to need your zipper itself. Now, you can buy pre-made lengths of zipper. What I like to do is to buy zipper tape and put my own zipper pull on. There are tons of different styles. This is just the simple solid brass one. And put a little zipper stop at the end. I'm using size M6 zipper tape. However, if you want something a little more low profile, this is an M4 size zipper. This is also an M4 size zipper, and you can see it's nice and smooth, easy to access. This admittedly has a little bit more of a chunky industrial feel, but that's what I'm going for. You can get these in brass teeth, you can get them, this is an aluminum tooth version. Outside of that, we're going to use basic leather tools, except I'm going to use double stick tape instead of glue to stick my zipper into my panel, because this is a basting tape called Ted's tape. It's double stick, and it allows you to reposition the zipper a couple times if you don't get it perfect the first time, which is really helpful. You can. To locate my zipper on my back panel, this is going to be the top here. You're a little upside down, sorry about that. I'm going to use my steel ruler. This is 1 1/4 inch wide, so I'm going to actually line up one side of it with the top edge, and then I know that on this side, I'm going to be parallel to the edge and also 1 1/4 inch in. I'm going to measure 1, 2, 3, 4 mils in on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And make a little awl mark. I'd like to do that because that gives you a center mark for when we're going to punch holes later. And make a light line here with my awl. And now you can see this line we're going to cut, and that's going to become the slot which we set our zipper into. So I'm going to be using a CS Osborne 1/2 inch punch, and my goal is I want 1/2 inch hole. So I'm going to kind of eyeball it, make a light mark, and close enough is okay on this. You just don't want to make too many marks in your leather. That's nice and centered by me. We're going to do the same thing on this side. These are going to be, what we're doing now is we're basically just making a spot for our zipper pull to nest, because we can't just have it fully hidden unless you do a full separate flap, or the zipper pull just won't work. Once we're done with that, I'm going to get my blade and my straight edge, and I'm going to cut this line, and we're going to connect our two holes that we punched with the slot that our zipper is going to eventually run down. Like that. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to cut a V shape here, because if we leave this circular, which you could do, it's going to be really hard to get your zipper started. So we need to ease our zipper into this groove by creating a triangular slot. You could use your regular blade to do that. However, I'm going to use this straight edge punch. Buckle Guy sells these now. This is a 1-inch. I'll show you how to use this. These are awesome. I've been using them for a while. And it's going to allow me to basically see my line before I cut it on the edge here. And I can see the triangle that I'm going to take out. That looks great to me. Then what I really like here, I'll move you this way, is I can go to this side and I can use these 2 points to connect and make sure it's perfectly even on this side. Now, filming it is one thing. In practice, it takes no time at all. It's really efficient. There we go. And if you don't take off enough, you can see this is a little, it's not great. You just take off a little more. Perfect. I've burnished all of these edges here, and we're ready to stick our zipper in. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my TEDS tape here, and I'm going to put a length of it on both edges. I'm going to try to get as close as I can to this edge. Once we have our tape pulled, this is admittedly going to be hard to film, but I'm going to do my best here. I'm basically, you're seeing what I see. I'm straddling the camera right now. We have this half circle here. I'm going to rest the zipper pull right in that half circle, and I want to stick that down, right? Then I'm going to basically sight up this slot and make sure that my teeth fall right in the center of it. And that's how we're going to set this. We're going to make sure that this is stuck all the way around. There we go. Then we can flip it over and really make sure that this tape is stuck. So I'm sure there are fancier ways to do this, but to do the stitch line, I just make a little mark at the peak of where our hole punch is. You might need to move your zipper out of the way on the pull side, like that. Then I grab my straight edge, and I'm just going to connect those marks, and I'm just going to sight this to make sure that I'm running perpendicular with my slot itself. I'll make a light mark with my scratch awl, and that is going to be my stitch line on that side. Then I'm going to do the same thing on this side, making sure that my stitch line is running parallel to the slot that we cut for our zipper. Then we can take our dividers, finish out that stitch line around the corner here, and we're ready to punch. Punching our stitch holes is very similar to any other stitch run that you would punch. I'm using the longest chisel that I have for this nice straight line so that we stay straight. I'm using 5mm spacing personally because that's what I use for larger pieces. And I'm just going to punch right down this straight section. Then I'm going to do the other side, doing my best to line up the stitch lines, the stitch holes, so that they kind of run even. It's not a deal breaker, but I just like to do that little detail. And before we go any further, I'm going to flip this over and make sure that my stitching holes are in my zipper tape itself. So whatever you do for stitching distance from this inside seam, make sure that you're not going past the width of your zipper tape. To do our curves here, you can start from one end and go around, but I like to start in the middle and then go out. I've said this a few times on curves. They are a great place to make up for uneven spacing because the eye doesn't see them like you do on the straights. They're not as apparent. And here we go. So you can see we have a nice clean install here. Opens nicely. I like to size these. This is about 10 inches tip to tip here. This is about 7.5 or 8, big enough to put a phone in. And then all we'll do is glue this to the main body, and eventually we'll have something a lot less ornate, but similar to this. So again, this is more of a traditional style zipper install. And the way we're installing them in this video, you're going to get something a little more sleek, a little more modern, a little more hidden, and ultimately something that's easier for you to access, but harder for dirt and grime to access, so you have a nice, smooth operating zipper for longer in-between cleans. And that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. Again, all of the materials are in the description, and I'm going to put the link to the normal zipper install tutorial we did. A lot of people have said that it's helped, so if you want to learn how to just do a basic install, watch that one. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching.